Good afternoon. How are we all doing? Happy Friday, Paul. FTNet, Robert, how are we doing? Friday. Weekend's here. Finally. It's taken ages this week for some reason. Don't know. It just seems like a long one. Right. Markets are open. This morning wasn't very good. Very whippy this morning. DAX was a break to the downside, but stopped out. So yeah, a bit rubbish this morning. So I'm just trying to find my pen. It takes forever to appear, and then it plays hide and seek. So yeah, broke to the downside on the DAX, stopped out. Took about 2.5 hours to stop out, so didn't go anywhere. It has just broken long in the last hour or so, very close to a stop out. That was the Canadian news for the unemployment. So potentially there's still a profit available on that. FTSE broke out to the upside, stopped out, broke short. I TP'd on half of it. The rest of it's still running short. So I'm already in that, but lost so far this morning. And we're open and running. So this morning's news, basically, the only news items we've had today is the Canadian unemployment. It was better than anticipated, the unemployment rate. It came down to 6.9, or rather stayed where it was. It was forecast to go up, which is bullish. But the change basically was quite a big miss. We were expecting a 15, we got a 40. So market really, it's sort of bearish, CAD. I thought it'd be a bit more bullish than that, but it's not. So, yeah, not a lot really today. It's been one of those sort of weekdays. There's pound CAD not gone anywhere at all. New Zealand CAD ever so slightly up. So yeah, bearish CAD, but nothing else. Other than that, this morning, not a lot else news-wise. Bank of England talking a lot. There's a lot of red news came out this morning. Have a look at the pound US dollar a minute. It looks like a lot of news this morning, a lot of red on the pound. I got out the pound US dollar there this morning. That's really all that's happened. So when you look at this, it looks like, oh my God, the Bank of England have been talking. Nothing much. Was that yesterday's? Oh, that was yesterday's. I was going to say, I didn't really see much movement this morning on it. That was yesterday's news. I scrolled all the way back from this morning's live room. But yeah, so there's just nothing happening news-wise. So sitting around day again, unfortunately. I haven't really got a lot of risk on FX at the minute. Aussie New Zealand still short. As you can see, for the last 2 weeks, just sitting around. Everything is just boring and dull at the moment. We're not really going anywhere with anything. There's the Euro CAD. I was anticipating a break even on that today, but we haven't got it. So just crap, really. Anyway, half of trading is sitting around doing absolutely nothing. That's basically what we'll be doing. So there's your 5-minute ranges going in. We should be getting a trade on everything today by the looks of things. Nice, decent, whippy open. Very bearish at the start. We have 30 seconds left. Why's the timer not working on that? Yeah, so we'll see where we go. 15 seconds. Yeah, so we'll see where we go today. Anybody got any pairs or anything specific they want to look at? I'm not going to go through too much in FX today. There's nothing really happening. We'll have a look at this one ADR. Dow trade is on. S&P and the NASDAQ ranges are too small. So no trades on those two. Yeah, FX-wise, there's nothing moving today. So we've had the CAD yen movement. That's already come off of ADR. That happened before the news. So we hit ADR this morning. That's already sort of started to mean revert. Your RSIs, we looked at these this morning on the 4-hour. They're all kind of just sitting around. Pound CAD, that was a nice RSI extension this morning, but not gone anywhere. Pound Swiss, again, not gone anywhere. Pound yen, nice reversal candle going in on the pound yen at the moment. So push, pause, may get that pull. And pound US dollar, which I got out of this morning, and again, sideways. So the reason I got out of that today was because of that RSI extension there. So just expecting a little bit of a pullback, but very, very, very quiet other than that. So we'll see where we go with this. We've got an inside bar forming on these two at the moment. Afternoon, Brian. Can you look at gold? I can look at it. Not really doing anything, is it? Sideways. So we've been sideways all week. Ever so slightly up, but every day is sideways. There's a possibility that we might get a move on gold. Excuse me. Depending on what happens with these sanctions on Russia. Not quite sure what Trump's going to do with those sanctions. He's having a meeting with Putin. There's sanctions on Russian gold at the moment, and there's a potential when he has that meeting for something positive to happen. But we'll have to wait and see. I very much doubt it. But I'd be looking for shorts on it. We need some strength in the dollar for that, and that is at the moment not happening. So it's coming out of propulsion as well. So it's really ugly head and shoulders pattern. So if we break today's low, it will probably flush down. Not really going anywhere, is it? Much. NASDAQ trying new high of the day. It's going to break even that trade. Close half. Let the rest of that run. See if it goes anywhere. Yeah, so new high gone in on NASDAQ. Still not going to be high long enough for an order today. It's going to be one of those days today, isn't it? Nothing's going to happen. Afternoon, Virginia. Following the truth, do you think that there will be a strong pullback on the FTSE at any time soon? Really long rally off that bottom back at Trump's first tariff announcement. Who knows? There it is. Can find it. I mean, this is a 4-hour chart. So if you look at the last 2 weeks, really, we're just topping out into a range. Could go anywhere. At the moment, I'd like it to go down. Done that gap fill, haven't we? Just sideways. There's a lot of rejection at the moment to go any higher. So we've got a lovely big rejection end of last month. We've tested that twice so far this month and rejected. So it does look bearish at the moment, but who knows? Day to day, it changes every day, doesn't it? Dow, just about to trigger short. Short Dow. Close that out. Money for the Dow's coming down. So that's rejected Globex highs. Whoa, the hell? God, I hate this platform. I hate all futures, but I have never found a futures platform I like. I hate Tradeovate. which is what this is. I hate Trade Locker, which is what someone else uses. Top Step X is all right. It's based on TradingView, but I'm still not a fan. See where we go. Right, Dow's broken short. So 15-minute range is now in on the NASDAQ. So that's going to be big enough for a trade today. That is 54.92. So we're going to take the 15-minute ORB today on the NASDAQ. No trade on this S&P at the moment. If this moves within the next 3.5 minutes outside the range highs and lows, we'll get one on. Other than that, doesn't look like we're going to get a trade on the S&P today. So Dow Jones short. Just move that out of the way. Looking for a push back down. So we've got this propulsion gap from yesterday at the end of the day. I wouldn't necessarily class that as a particularly strong one, but it has respected it during Globex. So we've got this little propulsion move here, which has been tested and rebought twice. Other than that, we're coming back up here. So if this downside break fails, we're looking to push up, but it is Friday. NASDAQ's pushing higher, S&P's pushing higher. Don't like the look of this at all. I'm out of that Dow. Don't like that. I'm going to close the FTSE as well. Market's rallying really hard. If the NASDAQ and the S&P are taking off like that, the Dow's not going to be able to go short. So it looks like long breaks today. Should have stayed in, shouldn't I, really? Never mind. What have I just made? 347. Okay, S&P range is on as well. Not quite. It's not quite big enough. So I'm trading 15% of ADR as my minimum range. That is just shy at the moment. So as it stands, there won't be a 3-bar break on the S&P. There will on the NAS, obviously. Close, but it's not there. Missed that. Missed the NASDAQ. Should have taken pre-market on that, shouldn't we? Morning, Matt. What do you think? What happens to gold when there is an agreement with Trump and Putin? Should that strengthen the dollar and vice versa weaken gold? It's nothing to do with the dollar. It's to do with gold. Basically, there's all the gold reserves in Russia, of which there's a lot. Russia is a big holder of gold. Shouldn't have shut that down. Since the Ukraine war kicked off, there's been sanctions on Russia, so it's been illegal to export Russian gold. So there are talks happening. So there's going to be a lot of you scratch my back, I scratch your back. One of those points will be gold. If there is a sudden flood of gold into the market from Russia, gold price will collapse because obviously it's a supply and demand driven product. So if there's a massive new supply and demand stays the same, there will be more people selling it. More supply means lower prices. So there is potential for a gold drop. But, we don't know what is going to happen in these talks at all. They could just go in there and argue, like Trump likes a big argument, doesn't he? He likes to get world leaders in front of him and slap them around the face. Wouldn't do that with Putin, but he does. So we don't know what's going to happen. But the face-to-face meeting is on the cards. So it is potential for something to happen. Okay, 3-bar range is going in. So there's your 15-minute range on the Dow. So that has reset short. No trade on S&P. Long on NASDAQ, potentially. So let's look at where we're going. So yesterday's high is first target, obviously. So watch that, which is 23,581. Futures is 23,672. Half off there. So new high of the day. So my partial at the moment is sitting at all the way up there, which is that is the monthly high, last month's high. So if we're breaking long today, we've got this little area here. We've got this little area here. Other than that, we're heading to high of day. So obviously that is yesterday's high. Yesterday's high, is that the previous? Yesterday's high, yeah. So yesterday's high coincides with this area here, which is where we pulled back into, which they sold. So they resold that level there. If that level there fails today, we'll be breaking up into here. Then obviously monthly high from there. If we break, which we are at the moment. Does anyone think this green market means next week will be a pullback? Don't know. Try not to predict the future. Market will do what the market will do based on what the market needs to do every day. You can't say because it's been rallying for 5 days, it's going to pull back. Stock indices are manufactured to go up. So if you look at any stock index, their job is to increase. Yeah. So just because something is pushed doesn't mean it will pull. For me, at the moment, we've got 125% of ADR to the upside on the S&P. We've got to make new highs before we pull back. NASDAQ is ADR today. So that's, if we break that high, I reckon we'll hit ADR today. If it's got enough strength. Now we've got loads of room, 225 ADR. So not really rallying this week, are we, though, if you look at it? So Monday was a nice big bull day. Pulled back on Tuesday. Wednesday, we just pulled back up to Tuesday's high. Indecision yesterday. So far today, we're going to test the highs. Could well just pull back. We're not going anywhere, really. If you look at where we opened and look at where we are, not really gone far, is it? That's ADR. We were 3/4 of an ADR higher after 5 days than we were on Monday. So it's not really going anywhere at the minute. Intraday, it's moving nicely. Okay, pulling back off the highs. So got propulsion gap about to go in here. So that's the line in the sand today we want to watch. That's where we want to hold, ideally, if we're going to go long. Good call shutting that down at the moment, but it's not really getting any traction, is it, the Dow today? Okay, so watching those areas for bounces. Afternoon, Puck DJ. What is that? Is that a McDonald's sign or something? Can't even see what that icon is. Afternoon Plowman. At what percentage of return do you think it will be worth taking profit? No idea. It's a bit of an open question. What percentage of return of what? 2? I don't know. I'm just picking numbers now. Should target areas. So if you target mathematically, in theory, you can work a strategy out. But what you should be targeting is levels. Yeah, that is yesterday's high. That is where the sellers are at the moment. If the bulls are going to run today, they are going to run until they meet resistance. That's resistance. So if you're long now, that's your target. If you're long from there with a stop loss there, that's 2R. You could take it, or you could just wait until you hit resistance. Dow Jones is pulled right back inside that initial 5-minute open. So strong Dow is going to rally the Nasdaq and the S&P as well. So looks like we've got a potential big day today. New highs on S&P. Okay. 2 minutes left. Looks like we're going to put an inside bar. Higher high, higher low. Inside bar. So still bullish. Nasdaq's the one that's struggling at the minute. Also, with this meeting with Putin, obviously there's the gold, the oil situation as well. So India obviously is buying a lot of oil from Russia and obviously giving it a load of money towards its war in America's eyes. So you've got the potential as well at the moment for some kind of oil deal to come out of that meeting with Putin as well, which could well affect the oil price. So got to be a little bit careful with everything holding over weekends at the moment and things, because there's potential for quite a big movement off of the back of that meeting if it goes well. But obviously it's got to go well, which I don't think it will. Basically what Trump is saying is you need to stop the war in Ukraine and then we'll do business. He's not going to do that, is he? So but there might be some room for maneuver. So we'll see. Nasdaq really struggling. So new higher high and higher the day holding on the S&P. Dow Jones is rallying on higher day as well. Nasdaq's just stuck. Stopped out on the DAX as well. So flat on the European. Load of rubbish today, European. When are you going to give discount on the position trader EA MT4 right now? Why are you not buying it? Why are you waiting for a discount? There's 25% sale on at the moment. If my website would load. Look, down here, limited time, flash sale, 25% off all EAs. want to get it? Get it now, because I'm going to end the sale soon. I do these flash sales every now and again, and I forget to turn them off. So if you want something, now. Because you just reminded me to turn it off. Shot yourself in the foot there. New high of the day on the S&P. New high of the day on the NASDAQ. Dow just about to break new highs. Okay, just take another half off of that. So just bank me basically $500 minimum today. This is another proper firm, another prop firm, just running an evaluation with, and you've got it's a 50% consistency rule. So you need obviously to take it fairly slow. Long Dow. So upside target on the Dow today is massive. So that propulsion move there from yesterday. Apart from that, there's absolute clean air look until you get up to that propulsion gap there. So we had the very, very, very small accumulation yesterday. I mean, literally for 10 minutes. So we came down, accumulated. We literally, it's not even accumulation, is it? It's literally one green bar and then absolute collapse. So this is all selling here. So if the sellers have gone and we're going bull today, you're not going to stop until you get up here. But if we are selling today and this is going to just hit a brick wall all day long, we're just literally going to turn and go rotation, aren't we? It's just going to be rubbish. Certainly looks like it wants to go bull, doesn't it? David, I've been testing a test file on the ORB that is producing decent returns. Good, there's lots of them. Risking 0.5% per trade, taking 3 positions. The percentage of range is 25% of 10-minute range. Sounds very complicated. 25. The percentage of range is 25% of 10-minute range. Cool. If it works, do it. There's a million variations. I've got 50,000 different set files that work for this EA. I mean, the ORB strategy has been around for decades. It's not anything new. There are a million variations of it. At the end of the day, it's a momentum breakout strategy. So if there is momentum and it breaks out, it doesn't matter what you do, you will make money. Yeah. So this is broken out to the upside today. If we're going to go bull trend today, there isn't a way not to make money. It doesn't matter where you put your TP, whether you take the 5, the 10, or the 15-minute range. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the edge. It goes more than it doesn't. So it doesn't matter what variation you use. This one that I've got running as well, that I'm building for someone else, this also works. This is a 1-minute variation on ORB using 10 TPs. This works as well. The reason it works is because if it breaks, it breaks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You lose when we go into rotation. You win when we go into trend. That's it. It's there are so many variations of it. That's the problem I had building this EA, this variation. The whole idea of rebuilding it for version 3.1 was to try and eliminate some of the loss. And I identified that the main reasons we lose are when we try to break out tight ranges, because you get whipsawed and stopped out over and over and over again. So that's the reason behind this using dynamic range calculations based on ADR. So what this has done is it's removed some of that loss, but it doesn't change the profitability of the EA. The EA doesn't make any more money than the version 2.7. It just doesn't lose as much. So there's very little you can do to make it better. 6-bar range is in. That's sod's law, isn't it? Look. 5, 10, 15, too small. 6-bar range, too big. Dow's out, new highs of the day, just broken monthly. So that's an old monthly. That's invalid anyway. That's sort of the wrong level. What am I doing? That's a 2-month high, but that's really old and invalidated now. The market's just been mucking about around it. It's not really valid, that level. It's too old. I can't even remember how to trade on Tradeovate. I haven't used Tradeovate for such a long time. How do you change time frames? Oh, it's there enough. That's fine. That's one of the reasons I don't like Tradeovate. It hides all the navigation, hides everything from you. And it's really difficult to see anything. So we're testing at the moment. We're trying to get to that high, which is the Globex high today. There we go. New high of the day. And that's the other thing I don't like about it. I want to look at that, right? Let go. No, you're not going to look at it anymore. No, I want to look at it. No, not going to let you. At least you know where you are with MT4. It just does what you tell it to do when you want it to do it. So yeah, no S&P trades today. We are struggling a little bit on the Nasdaq here. Afternoon, Mumo. WDS, as you were saying earlier, luck plays a part. I should have been triggered in long on the FTSE, but I was just too slow to place the order. Yeah, but not on the 5-minute opening range, which has produced nearly 3R. Yeah, it's not luck. It is kind of luck. But I had a lucky trade yesterday. I made like an obscene amount of money yesterday by accident. I opened a trade, I forgot to close it, I went out, I came back, the market collapsed on news, and I had a huge P&L. I shut it and took it. There's no skill involved. I've got a 50-50 chance of the market either going into a trend or sitting around. It's going to do that or it's going to do that. And it's either going to do that or that. That's all it is, isn't it? It either goes up or down or it doesn't. You've got 3 things it's going to do. At some point, price will pick a direction and it will go. So you're always going to make money if you hold your trades. But it doesn't matter which one you take. You know, the 5-minute ORB works really well. So does the 10 and the 15 and the 30. The hourly does as well. There's a lot of people trade the initial balance, which is the first hour. But a lot of people class the initial balance as the first 30 minutes, which is why we trade the 6-bar range, because that is 30-minute initial balance. Doesn't matter which one you take. The market's going to go like this. The market's going to go. And you're going to make money. Do you ever draw on the charts when you are live streaming to help analyze? Are you not seeing this all the time? This is all I do. So I draw. You can see this, can't you? Yeah. You shouldn't, actually I shouldn't show this. Absolute top secret that is. It's called spaghetti strategy. Not many people know it. When you draw that, it goes parabolic and hits ADR. I've just triggered it by accident. But so today we're going to hit ADR. It won't come down at all. You'd be lucky if you see a red candle on the Dow all day now. I nearly did that without a straight face. I'm surprised nobody asked what was the market that you had a 17K winner on. It was just yesterday's Nasdaq. That. And the S&P. But it was a manual trade and I took too much risk. Basically, to cut a long story short, I lost internet yesterday. And by the time it came back on, I wanted to get into a trade. So I got in and then I went out and I forgot it. And it just ran. But because I did it myself, instead of taking a 117. I took multiple 117s because I had pending orders placed as well. So I just fat fingered it. It's a nice mistake. Would have been in a big loss as well, you know. Unintentional profits, they happen all the time. How many times have you been in something and then all of a sudden it's exploded because Trump has said something or someone else has said something? That goes into your P&L. It is still a trade. It's still valid. It's just lucky. Just about hit TP on that. I was just looking and back in profit. We are absolutely parabolic today. This is going to falter at some point. So we are now 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes solid straight up. 5, 10, 15, 20, a little bit, 25, 30 minutes. And S&P is literally have not had any sellers on the S&P all morning. So this is that initial level on the NASDAQ. So this is yesterday's high on the NASDAQ we're testing. So be prepared for some sells because that was a massive sell-off yesterday. So be prepared for some sellers sitting here. In fact, I'm going to take the NASDAQ here, I think. And I'm going to cancel that pending short. It's Friday. I'm not going to be trading for much longer this afternoon. There's no trade there. So the only thing I've got running is the Dow. I'm going to stick that as a break even and leave this as a runner for the day and see what we get. So if the Dow today hits that target of partial, in fact, I'm going to move the partial down a little bit. So I'm looking for it to come up and hit that bull candle there. There's one bull candle there, which is the only accumulation between this. And this was just beautiful, right? So that was pure selling. There's not one buyer in 5 minutes in there. There's not one 5-minute candle bull there. So if this, and we've already done one propulsion gap, if these sellers are not here today, that is where we should head really. And then after that, we'll be looking at testing yesterday's high. That's yesterday. That's the previous day's high here as well. So this propulsion gap is a break of previous day's high. So those are your levels to watch. You tested that. That's where we accumulated. Well, we had a 5-minute blip, if you can call that accumulation. But yeah, that's your high. So those are your two levels to watch to the upside. Going to try and take a partial there if we get there. NASDAQ, I think we're probably going to blow through that level, to be honest, but it's been a crap morning. So for vanity's sake, I like green, not red. Robert, Aunt. Yeah, so draw on the chart. So I don't know what you mean by drawing on the charts to help analyze. I think I've just done that, haven't I? NASDAQ, that hit straight. You see that bounce? We straight into that and rejected, right? So big, strong pushes going through here. NASDAQ's hitting an iceberg. So watch this area on the NASDAQ. There's an order here, which is just eating every buyer that gets to it. If that pops, we'll go. If that doesn't pop, we're going to drag both of these back down as well. I'm taking that today. Oh, am I? Just waiting to see what the NASDAQ does. I'm just getting ready to close it. It's through. Okay, so the NASDAQ's new high of the day. I'm taking it. It's $700 pound. So I'm done for the day. I'm not going to risk it. Recovery from a $1,700 loss this morning, pound loss. I must change this. This is a pound account. I automatically say dollar because I haven't changed that stupid setting back to pound. I wonder if this will work. No, it doesn't work. Why is that not changing? I don't know. Anyway. Okay, I'm just going to change it on all, just because it's going to annoy. It just annoys me. I keep saying the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so we've got some rejections starting to coming up here. I wouldn't be surprised to pull back on this. This is like more than half an hour parabolic now. So quite possibly we'll pull back and we'll push and we'll go off and test yesterday's highs. But Ukraine news out. US and Russia are said to plan Ukraine deal. Yeah. Cementing Russian gains. Where's that come from, though? According to people familiar with the matter. I never trust these news events, yeah? Who? Someone familiar? I'm quite familiar with the Ukraine conflict. Maybe I should say something on this. You know, we kind of know that's what they're going to talk about. Russia and Ukraine. That's the whole point of the meeting. So it's not really red news, is it? US and Russia officials are working towards an agreement on territories for planned summit meeting between Trump and Putin as early as next week. So this is what the original thing was that Trump said. I'm going to have the deal done. Remember when he first came in, I'll have the deal done within a week. We'll talk about it. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to sort out some territory that Russia can have, and then they'll stop it. And Vladimir just turned around and, not Vladimir, Zelensky just turned around and said, no, sorry, we're not giving up Ukraine just because you get involved. So oil's just had a hammering. You know, nothing's changed, is it? Ukraine have now not suddenly gone, oh, all right, then you can have half the country. It's not going to happen, is it? Working to get a buy-in from Ukraine and its European allies. Nobody in Europe is interested in saying, don't worry about it, Russia, you can have half of it. It's just not happening, is it? So this could be related to that, this rally. I mean, it's not particularly bullish. There's no reason to really start buying the crap out of stuff, is it? But anyway. Right. There's not a lot else to discuss today, really. I'm out of that. Flat. Zoom. Make sure I've got no orders on. So if you want to stay, if you're staying in these, that's come straight off that monthly. Yesterday's high. So just watch this. Obviously, we know there's a massive amount of sell orders in there. They are pulling back. So this is quite possibly exactly what I've just done, just a profit take. Anybody that's long today so far, we're 45 minutes into the session. They're going to be eager to take some profits off, which I've just done. That's exactly what that is. So don't necessarily look at that as being a complete reversal. Watch this initial propulsion move that we had today. Look for some kind of pullback into there to potentially have a run up to a next leg. But it could all reverse, you know, but that's a hell of a bull move, isn't it, today? So it does look to me like the market probably wants to carry on. But you've got so many areas today where you could look at pullbacks into. Could go from any of these on the Dow. Nasdaq's easy, S&P back down here. If you want to, but it is Friday afternoon. often crap. In the bootcamp, you have drawn the rocket. Yes, there's a whole video actually about the rocket. Don't think I put it on the website. I haven't drawn a rocket for a while, have I? I've given up with the rocket. It's on the YouTube channel. So if you want to know my super secret strategy, this one. That works pretty much every time. Almost guaranteed. I demonstrate it working as well. Remember what I said earlier about the spaghetti, yeah? So that again is, I haven't covered this one yet, but that is a guaranteed parabolic ball day when you draw spaghetti on the screen. Always works. That's the thing, it's only the second time I've done it. You watch this now. So for anybody that's still long, red. Need a bit, I'm just saying, it's like, can you tell what it is yet? There you go. So, expected direction for the day. Do you draw when you aren't streaming to help yourself, even though no one is watching? No. I draw levels in, yeah. But I don't really do anything. Everything I do is automated. I'm 90% automated. So, all my trades are taken for me, all my trades are managed for me, all my entries and analysis is all done with dashboards. So I don't have to draw anything anymore. I've got indicators which draw everything I need to see. I'm interested in weekly levels and propulsion gaps. That's it. So I don't need to draw anything because it's all drawn for me by the indicators, EAs, and everything that I have on my charts. So I draw in levels like that one. But I mean, that is, this level here is just yesterday's high. I'm just making it a little bit clearer. It's yesterday's high. So I don't really need to anymore. I used to all the time. Before I developed the RSI and ADR dashboard, not so much ADR, but RSI, I would come and check the charts on a regular basis. I would draw in every week the weekly and monthly levels, but I built an EA to automate all that for me. So there's not really anything I can draw that isn't already drawn. I can draw at that as an area of resistance, but that we got multiple lines there, so you can see on the chart when we get up to there's multiple lines in the same area. So what a lot of people will do is draw that as an upside resistance. Don't need to really. Sorry, just almost lost the Dow then. It'll go now. Ukraine news out, yeah. Do you know what Zelensky's first name is? Vladimir, isn't it? Not Vladimir. Vladimir Zelensky. Vlad. It's Vlad versus Vlad. The Vlad War. I was getting mixed up because they're pretty much the same person, aren't they? But no, same name rather, not the same person. But anyway, but yeah, same name. Was it? It was thingy, wasn't it? That Biden that introduced Zelensky as Putin. How do you elect these people? It's nuts. The leader of the free world, Margaret Thatcher. Attempts to take a little sneaky. Oops. A little sneaky retry. If this is going to be pullback, I've got to change the color. So just looking at this batch of sellers here, which got run over. Just come back in and rebought that area. So this could potentially be a new leg up starting. You can tell it's Friday, can't you? Okay, so we're coming into that first propulsion gap here on the Dow. So that was your downside rejection, broke upside here. So this is the first batch of buyers that got interested in the market today. This is their ad. Potentially. Excuse me, you're getting very close to the nose of my rocket there. Pop off. Okay, so greed, this is increasing ever so slightly as well. We were here yesterday or day before. So we are starting to get a little bit more bullish in the market. Again, real opportunity to run the highs. We're not that far away. All-time highs on the NASDAQ and the S&P. Yeah, it's only like another half an ADR, 3/4 of an ADR. So it makes sense today to have a crack at it if there's enough volume there. Stalling out a little bit though. I'll add on a break. All-time daily highs. Coming up on the NAS. That was struggling. Should have put the rocket. I'm not in the Dow, I'm in the NASDAQ, so there's no point in me pushing the Dow up, is there? It's like a little game, isn't it, on a Friday? See if the market's going to go parabolic or just die. Normally it dies, doesn't it? What's the time? Got 5 minutes until the hourly initial balance is in. So if we're going to go into rotation, that is potentially your high of the day. Let's just sell off and just sit around for the day. But big old move today. Let's see. Give it another 5 minutes. If it's not gone anywhere, I get the feeling we might sit around. Next week, news-wise, there's no news on Monday. We've got more interest rate decisions next week as well. But other than that, it's CPI. So really, Tuesday's the only day we've got real big impact of news. I mean, we might get something off PPI, but it's quite lightweight for the US next week. Pound GDP, but again, GDP is not really doing a lot at the moment. The pound is also one step away from recession. So if you get 3 months in a row negative GDP, that is the official definition of recession. So if we do get if we got a 0.1 negative, that's official. But if we get a 0, that's going to be bad as well. So anything less than that 0.2 next week for the pound, we're going to see some big downside in the pound coming up. So especially after dropping interest rates today. But no news over the weekend is kind of what I was going to look at. Nothing exciting happening that might blow up the markets this weekend. Get rid of my rocket. Just worried. There we go. A new high of the day on the NASDAQ. Just worried that we weren't going to hold it out. Just keeping the risk really tight on this. Struggling again. Large order holding back up here. Stuck. Take a small loss on it if it doesn't work out. It's either going to pop or it's not, but struggling, making new highs. Dow, we have got a bull candle, bullish engulfing, but it is a lower low and a lower high. S&P, outside bar. So we've got indecision, bearish, bullish. All over the place. So couldn't hold the high. If it had another go. I'll give it this candle. I'm not holding that much hope on that. So this trade here, basically, I don't want to go over 2K profit today. Otherwise, I'm going to screw up my average. I've just seen if I can get it closer. Because if I can get that up to 2K, means on Monday I can have a run at just banking £1,000, and that'll get the evaluation passed. It'd be nice if we can push this up a little bit more. New high of the day would be nice. No, go on. I need another rocket. If I draw another rocket there, I will be drawing, and then I will miss my opportunity to hit the exit button. There you go. High of the day. Just about to crack it. Go on, pop it. See a pop. As soon as that iceberg's gone, we'll pop through that. Just adding and adding and adding, aren't they? Go. There we go. Through. Where are we? That's really struggling. I'm taking it. There we go. So nearly there on that. Okay, done. There we go. Our new highs of the day. S&P is just about to break new highs of the day by the looks of things as well. And the Dow just trying to go high again. So obviously we've got this big profit take here. So this is potentially where we're going to step in for the second half of the move. Obviously my rocket's going to make it go up anyway. But yeah, see where we go. If you're still in it, looks like we're going to break new highs. So Dow probably will as well. But I'm happy with that today. That'll do me. I've had a very good month. So I'm cautious at the moment. A little bit overly cautious, but right, I'll leave it there today. I'm back on Monday. We'll have a look at obviously everything on Monday, have a look at the news upcoming for the week. As I say, that's what we got next week. Nothing particularly groundbreaking in there. CPI is the main thing, but obviously unemployment is the main focal point at the moment for the Fed, not the inflation. We've got the Aussie rate as well. They are forecast to drop the rate. So this is a secondary kind of attempt. If you remember last month, we had that forecast drop and they didn't give it to us. It's now a month later, obviously, and we are forecasting to drop it again. I'd be very surprised if they didn't drop it. So we should be seeing some weakness creep into that Australian dollar next week. So if you've got any Aussie shorts on, they're probably worth holding. Nasdaq and S&P high of the day. Right, I'll leave you there. Anything you need, let me know. I'll be in Discord or Telegram. Back on Monday, 8 o'clock, same time. We'll trade the DAX and the FTSE, have a look at how everything's going. Other than that, have a good weekend, and I will see you next time.